Hello and welcome to Pop Snitch. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Brandon.
And here we are in this holiday season of cheer to talk to you about all things pop culture.
Yes, and for those of you who celebrate, it is Christmas Eve.
No, it's not. It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. We're recording on a Tuesday. We normally record on Wednesday because there is no SLC today.
That's correct.
So we decided to record a day early. So Sorry about that. That when you're hearing this, it will be Christmas.
No, I don't. Are we releasing this week or next week?
Well, we'll release next week too because we have SLC next week.
Brandon and I keep discussing logistics, and for some reason, my brain is like, la, 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 la.
I literally have said this like 10 times, and she's always like, no. I'm like, yeah.
Anyway, we're like ahead of the game. And he's like, we are not. We are not ahead.
We are behind, and we have to record every week.
Okay, so Merry Snitchmas. Happy New Year. We are really happy to be here with you in this holiday season.
Can you tell me about, since it is our Christmas episode, why don't you tell me about your favorite Christmas that you ever had?
Favorite?
Yeah, your favorite Christmas.
Oh, I'll be honest, that's like difficult to conjure.
Yeah. I don't remember a happy Christmas, she says.
It's not that. It's that like they were all so similar when I was a kid. They were good. I do remember one, like before I could drive, my parents got me and my brother these ATVs because we lived out in the woods. And so we would go, and there were these old trails from like the Cherokee tribe that they had like literally behind our house. We would take four-wheelers back there. So we got those for Christmas one year, but really my dad bought them for like him and his friends and pretended they were Christmas presents for me and my brother. Because as soon as Seth and I got on them, we flung each other off of them and got hurt.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, the vast majority of my Christmases were great. I will say Christmases were always a slam dunk at my house. Lots of presents, lots of food, whether we could afford it or not. Like we went above and beyond at Christmas for sure.
Yeah. We always had good ones too. Okay, I do remember my Mimi used to take me and my brother and my two cousins. She would give us $200. And this was like back when going to the mall was like the thing that you did. You went to like a nice mall and you were like, I think I'm in heaven. And so we would buy our own Christmas presents with that money. And you know me, I like control. And I was like, now this is how it's done. I can go find my own sales. And we would literally get together like on Christmas Eve and go get all the sales. And it was just fun. Like we would get really early, all five of us, and just shop all day and then come home, wrap the gifts. And we did Christmas Eve at her house. And so we could like unwrap our gifts with our family. And so one year we did that. And then I came home and I was young. And my Aunt Mary had gotten me all of the Little House on the Prairie like book collection. And I was thrilled. I had them in hardback. They like all went in this little thing together. And I remember just sitting there looking at it like, this is all mine. This is my personal library.
Well, you were a nerd child.
Of course. Yes. And I was so excited. And I read every single one of them. I got in trouble all the time at school. They'd be like, could you stop reading? We're trying to do math. And I'm like, okay, well, I already did it. So thank you so much.
Do you remember that period of time where it just felt like it was maybe like the advent of the gift card? And it was just like... everyone just gave gift cards for like probably a good 10, 15 year period where it was just like on Christmas, you would receive thousands of gift cards and that's all you would get. And then you just like go to Best Buy, go to here, go to there, spending the cards in the next couple of days. I'm really glad we've moved away from that because that really, I prefer a gift.
That was like very early 2000s. It was like 2000 to like 2010-ish. That was all the rage. And I remember specifically, people kept giving me iTunes cards. And I was like, hi, I steal music. Okay.
I'm on LimeWire, baby. We ain't messing with no iTunes.
I have ruined 3 laptops.
Yes. Napster has given me 1,000 viruses peer-to-peer sharing.
Exactly. Remember when you got those like things in the mail at your parents' house that's like from the government.
Oh,
I know.
Don't be exposing that here on the podcast. This will become discovery in a trial.
That's true. Well, it's gone now.
Well, can we just, I mean, we address this every week and I'm sure that our listeners are loving it. You are literally off to the side, like completely off to the side, not in the center at all.
How am I now?
You're still, I mean, do you know how a square works?
Brandon,
you're still
I don't
not
care.
Centered. You're not.
I fear I don't care.
I know you don't care. It makes it really hard to edit this podcast when I have to move your head over in every frame.
I tell you, when you start talking to me about my head in a frame, it makes me literally want to slit my wrist.
Well,
so
I need to put some of those bars on the screen so you know where to be. So
when I'm dead in our bathtub tomorrow, y'all will all know what happened. Brandon talked to me about my stupid head in this scream again.
She couldn't take it anymore.
Can you please move your head like a quarter of an inch to the right?
Where did you end up spending most of your Christmases? Like at your house, or did you end up going to Mimi's?
We did Christmas Eve at Mimi's and Christmas at our house.
Who
it was right next door.
Who was in the mix at Mimi's house?
It was on my dad's side of the family.
Okay,
that was like when my great granny, one of my favorite things she did was one year she got tired of buying people gifts. She gave everyone a picture of herself for Christmas, like a framed photo of herself.
Well, so that's a really funny thing because we actually on the Snitchation Room, if you haven't listened to it, you should, our 25 Days of Snitchmas episodes, I talked a lot about my grandmother who was, before she passed, was the queen of Christmas.
Yes.
And one thing that she gave us...
She's also the queen of QVC.
Yes. And one thing that she gave the whole family one year was we all got together like in the springtime and we had this photo taken of everyone in the family, all of her children, all of their children, this gigantic family photo.
It was always like white tops and khakis, right? At the beach.
No. That was the beach photo. This was a Christmas photo.
Oh,
and so
apologies.
We had this Christmas photo.
For the record, I was never invited to take that photo.
Well, this was before you were even in the family, so maybe just keep it quiet for a minute while I finish my story.
Oh, God forbid. Go on.
So Mima decided that the gift that year was going to be the picture, like a framed version of the picture, which, I mean, that's a nice gift, you know. But what she didn't tell, we had gone to Olin Mills, like an actual like place to have this taken. And what she didn't tell us is that she was not happy with her photo. So she had someone go in and replace her head with a different version of her head in the picture.
Okay.
This was
before, like face tuning before you could face tune.
This was before the days of good photoshopping.
Yeah.
Literally, they just dropped a new head in with no neck. So it was just like a ball of her head sitting like this in the picture. And she was like,
beautiful.
No one's going to notice this. My dad picks up the picture.
What? Frame it.
I can't remember if it was my dad or his brother was the first to pick it up and be like, there's a problem here. And she's like, oh yeah, I had my head replaced. Like
up with like, okay, my Mimi, they're of the same generation. She went through a spate where she got upset about her face in a bunch of photos and went and cut her face out of a bunch of photos like a serial killer.
Now that's next level.
And we were
just
like
chopping them out.
Yeah, just cut a hole where her head was and left everybody else in the picture.
And where those were displayed?
No, we found them like when we were going through like old photo albums and we were like, hey weirdo, is there just like a canister of your heads somewhere that you have?
I'm just going to tell you.
We thought someone else did it. And then she was like, no, I did that. And we were like, why would you do that? She's like, I didn't like how I looked.
I mean, that needs to be examined in therapy. I mean, that's a real thing. That generation needs some time in a chair.
Yeah. Oh, and let me tell you, they don't like therapy.
They don't want to go. They don't want to go.
They do not want to go. I mean, even our parents.
Oh, yeah.
My mom gets mad if I talk about therapy because she's like, what are you talking about in there? Me? And I'm like, well, a little bit.
We have discussed you. Yes.
You are a topic, I'll say. But yeah, we would do Mimi's Christmas Eve. And my uncle also was very known for just buying everybody lottery tickets. And honestly, hit.
I mean, that's definitely a stocking stuffer. I mean, this 1.7 billion that we've got rolling around right now.
Oh, I hit my jack pocket up for that.
Oh, did you? You've got a couple? Okay, good.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think there should be billionaires, but if there are, I think I should be one.
Agreed. And Jack Pocket, we're looking for sponsors. So we can be bought. Come on here. Let us do some ad reads for you. That would be nice.
Yeah, we would appreciate it. Also, I don't think that anyone's won like a big jackpot on Jack Pocket.
Not yet. No.
Not yet. Let us be the first.
They've had some $1 million winners and stuff like that, but nobody has won on one of the online sites yet.
Yeah. I'm curious, like, why? I guess because they haven't been around as long.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, there's compared to the whole group of people who get them, no one is on Jack Pocket. So the fact that anyone has won anything on there is a miracle.
Yeah, someone posted that you have like a 1 in 250 million chance of winning, and I was like, I like those odds.
Yeah, I mean
I'll take it.
Seems pretty good, right?
Oh, dare to dream.
I know people who've been struck by lightning and stuff, you know?
I know someone who's been struck by lightning twice.
Bam.
And so do you.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So I need to talk about Meghan Markle. And like, I know she's a polarizing person, but I am so fascinated by her. Do you know her lore?
I mean, I know that she was like an actress on Suits, and then she met Harry and became the Duchess or whatever.
Well, she also had like this quintessential blog, and it was very curated. And I think she's trying to kind of like get back to her roots with that, but it's just not hitting because it's not 2009. And I find it so interesting that she is doing so much. What I feel badly about is that this woman can do nothing without people screaming at her. Like part of like being in this industry, especially like in their situation, is like having room to make mistakes, right? Like you have to be able to have business ventures that fail in order to do well. If you look at anybody in the business who's doing well, they have done something poorly, for sure. And every time she literally does anything, people freak out and hate her. But she is also like very cringe. Like anytime she talks about Harry in an interview, she's like, and then H said, and I'm like, what's happening? Don't do that. But anyway, so apparently we found out like this past week that she and Prince Harry are doing a wedding-centered project with Netflix. And I am like, I cannot believe that after all the issues with Spotify and their like kind of failed podcast, and she did that like mini series with Netflix already that kind of bombed, that they're now doing some sort of wedding thing with them. I'm just like surprised that Netflix is still into it, to be honest.
So from what I understand, that Netflix deal was like, they signed them when all of that crazy stuff was happening with the family, and they thought people were going to be super interested in it. And then they signed them to a deal in which Netflix's side of it is they were actually required to greenlight so many things.
So they need a certain amount of
greenlight this. Yeah, so they have to greenlight this to get out of the deal.
I see. So this is interesting because this happened to them with Spotify as well, because they got that deal with Spotify like almost directly after they did that Oprah interview, right? After they had left.
I'm sorry, that hurt them because it's like, how am I supposed to feel sorry for you? Even though like I want to feel sorry for you. You were the victims of racism and patriarchy and all of this. It's like, but then you're like coming and like talking about like, woe is me as your neighbors with Oprah. Like, yes, your family disowned you, but you somehow still have more money than anyone on earth. And
She's
so
like, we're just here in this like quaint little house in Montecito.
Yeah, you've got to really read the room on that one.
I think that's the hardest part for her is like, and for honestly both of them, that they have not been among the common man.
Yeah, he's
so
a prince.
He's never been there. For him not having help, he's like, oh my God, like this is so hard. I just made a sandwich all by myself. And then for her, like she has not been a person that people don't recognize since like her early 20s, you know, and she's in her 40s.
I can't believe it. I had to speak to the help today. I had to tell them to go do my laundry. What has the world come to?
Well, and there's a lot of chatter about, you know, people abruptly leaving their charities, that they are, specifically, she is very difficult to work for. And I'm like, I want to like you. I want to. Make it easier. Like, what are y'all doing? It's weird watching someone who has so much clout, so much name recognition, just flounder. I'm like, come on. There's got to be who is giving them advice on like things that they're naming, the stuff that they're doing. I'm like, what are you doing?
My thing is this. Anytime I hear that a woman is difficult to work with, I'm like, who said it?
Yeah, that's true.
Who said it? And are they an incel?
That's true.
You know,
was she just being direct in what she wanted and you got mad?
And then also, like, I go back to my ride, how I ride for Whitney Levitt. It's like, just because you're a tryhard doesn't make you a bad person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's cringe. And
no.
I
don't think you're saying that.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being cringe. I almost wish she would lean more into it. It's like she tries something kind of and then pulls back. Like she tried doing that new brand with her jams.
Well, cringe works, man. Sometimes cringe, like most people are cringe.
I'm like, if you want to be Martha Stewart at Montecito, lean in. Just like go hard, do it. Continue doing your cooking show with Netflix. Like stop pivoting every 5 seconds to something else. Like figure out where your lane is and get in there.
And also like if people criticize you, this is another thing, and this is probably like Harry's influence a little bit if I had to guess, is like they don't like being made fun of. Yeah. And when you're getting made fun of, that's when to lean into it.
Yes.
Be like, please make fun of me. I'm going to make money off of you.
Yes.
Make money off your hate. Please watch me. Watch me. Yeah. I'm going to get hideous furniture and I'm going to tell you to buy it. I'm going to Wayfair my house. And you know what I mean?
Going to be Heather Gay.
Yes, I'm going to be Heather Gay and everything's Wayfair.
Yeah. No, I think she has potential to tap into something really interesting. I just want her to like go all in instead of like dabbling. Like she dabbled in a podcast. She dabbled in a cooking show. She dabbled in her little jam. She's dabbling now in wedding. And I'm like, I want to see you run hard at something.
Yeah, let's
and I will be here to support you. Okay. I have to talk about Nicki Minaj at Turning Point USA because
oh no. Yeah.
Excuse?
I hear you. No, that's what I mean. Like I'm just saying, oh no.
I have to say I'm actually not shocked. And I'm not shocked for a few reasons. One, she needs money currently. And they got a lot of it. She also, the men in her life are suspect.
Grifter's gonna grift, man.
Grifter's gonna grift.
And that's it. Like this whole thing is just a ton of people who are grifting their way either to try to get out of debt, to try to get out of trouble with the law, to get out of trouble with failed businesses, to get out of trouble with bankruptcy. I mean, literally go down the line. You're talking about
to keep people from going to jail for being a predator. Like there's
Russell
all
Brand
kinds of
got
things.
hit again. Like anytime he picks his head out from under a freaking rock,
God.
a new allegation comes out.
Yeah, he needs to be like on an island alone.
Literally, like I just saw today, like all these viral videos of him were going around, and then here come 4 more accusers. Like enough. When will people listen? This man.
Anytime a man who has been like pretty liberal suddenly is like, you know what? I've had a change of heart. Without a doubt, we find out like he's been accused of some vile.
He's like, I've been saved by Jesus Christ, my Lord and
Savior. You gotta forgive me now. You gotta forgive me. And also, I would like a pardon.
Brother, I'm gonna tell you, you can find God all you want. If it was up to me, you'd still be going to prison.
Oh, in the words of Brittany Cartwright, rotten hell.
They got church in there too, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's true. Go enjoy prison. Okay.
People often find God in there.
Yeah, you can go enjoy him. I mean, he is just filthy and pathetic. I'm like, when you just have to like move over that far and be that disgusting to get money.
Well, it's also like his brand of comedy and who he was.
Funny.
Well, no, like I was actually going to pay it's not really my thing, but I was going to say that it had an intellectualism to it, like before, like when he was actually doing stand up and comedy and stuff. And then this huge turn, and now he is appealing to somehow the lowest common denominator imaginable.
Yeah, because he wants to grift money.
And also, how are
stay out of jail?
How are the very people that were complaining about WAP and complaining about the downgrading of our society because of like modern music and stuff embracing Nicki Minaj?
Embracing Nicki Minaj, who is extremely close to child predators.
Was that real?
Oh yeah,
like who?
Google like her husband, her brother.
Oh boy.
Yeah, lots of problematic things. Also, she's an immigrant. Like, they're not super into that right now. So it's just interesting to watch everyone like bend over backwards to try to make this work in their brains. And I'm just like, okay, she's posting pictures from a private plane because she got at least $1 million to show up there. Like, for sure. And calling JD Vance an assassin to the wife of someone whose husband just got assassinated was wild.
Well, I mean, it's absolutely insane. And like, I mean, I got to give it up to those Vanity Fair photographers doing the Lord's work.
Let me tell you, hate makes you ugly. If my face looked like that at 28, you'd find me face down in the East River.
Not to defend her, but anybody that close with that camera would look like a gargoyle.
There's no world where he would get that close to my face with that camera.
I'd be like, back it up. And if I saw him turning the freaking zoom lens, I'd be like,
I'd be like, what? Can you stand on a chair? I'm going to need you coming from above.
And I'm like, I'm going to need to see every single photo that you've taken. You are not leaving here with one disc, one little like memory card if I have not literally perused every last shot on it.
For some reason, the funniest one to me was Marco Rubio just like tilted over slightly looking at a lamp. I was like, what is this?
Shame. It's the shame of actually being like somebody who at one point, even though I disagree with him wholeheartedly, like was a politician of note. Yeah. And now he just lives in utter shame and torment.
He's
all
like,
the days of his life.
Checking out this lamp. Look away. yeah. I'm like, okay.
Don't photo me, please.
He's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Don't worry. Yeah, that was a really weird like politics and pop culture crossover that I did not have on my bingo card for 2025.
We tried to keep politics out of the pod.
Alas, it follows us. And I mean, life is beyond parody now. So I'm like, I don't know what are you doing over there to make all that noise? What are you eating?
I'm choking because I'm coughing because I'm sick. And so I was just opening one.
I just want to point out, if I had been opening a candy to put into my mouth, you would be like, "Rah."
I have misophonia, so.
Well, I didn't love hearing it inside my headphones either.
Okay. Do you ever remember like being in church, and at your church, did the choir come down or did they stay behind the pastor during the sermon?
No, they came down before the pastor started talking.
So in my church, they all stayed behind him.
Really?
And right as the pastor was walking onto the stage, every single week, like all the old women at exactly the moment that he's stepping up onto the thing are like,
oh yeah. The old ladies and their candy were like so real.
I cannot sit through a sermon without a peppermint.
No.
You know what I mean?
Now, To be honest, now I get it. Now sometimes I'm like, my mouth feels stale. I need
It's like-
something in it. All the old women at my church had peppermint and Werthers. They
Oh
loved
man,
Werthers.
Werther's is decadent.
Yeah, they'd be sucking
That's
on
like
those
a-
all through that
That's
service.
like a full meal.
I know. They loved them. I'll tell you what I hated about church, and that was that time when the choir was going down and coming back out, and they'd be like, all right, shake someone's hand near you. And I was
you're
like,
not a big fan of the piece, huh?
No, I hated that. People would be tapping me on the shoulder. Hey, can I shake your hand? I don't know you. No.
Yeah, you're not very gregarious when it comes to social interaction in a forced manner.
Yes, I don't like forced fun. If I want to be gregarious, I'm happy to do it.
No,
if someone's
forced
like,
fun here.
yeah, if someone's like, you have to do this right now, I'm like, and I can't. So sorry.
No, thank you. I'm not here for it.
I'm just not built that way. I wish I were. Oh my God, my life would be so much easier if I could just do that. I cannot. So when they would be like, do this, I'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom. I can't be here for this. It lasted too long too. And everybody touching on you, I don't like that.
Man,
I
just looked at the outline for the first time, and the next thing, it literally took my breath away.
Okay, so Chrissy Teigen posted this. She posted this thing. She was doing like candy cane making with her kids, and I guess she went to bite into it, and it pulled her veneer off her front tooth. I have a picture of it. I'll send you for the
that's gonna
YouTube.
make me sick.
It's horrifying. And this is why I don't think I could ever get veneers. If something happens to them, that little shaved off nub is a horror. It is so scary.
Okay, so I was just at the dentist recently.
Yeah.
And the dentist was trying to talk me into getting veneers because I said my teeth are straight for the most part, but my top teeth have shifted a little bit, and I was wondering about Invisalign. And he's like, honestly, Invisalign's going to cost around $5,000. And for like $3 more grand, you could get like a full veneer piece for the top teeth that would make your teeth perfect. Like even using Invisalign, your teeth will never be perfect because your teeth are not perfectly symmetrical and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I just don't know that I want to do that. And he was like, why? And I'm like, well, I hear about people chipping them all the time. I've chipped a tooth once in my life. And I bite down on ice all the time. I do all the things they tell me not to do.
All the things you're not supposed to.
And my teeth are fine. And so like, I don't want to go in and get some like porcelain teeth and then be breaking off and me not be able to chew ice anymore. And like, I'm going to wait until they start falling out. And then maybe I'll consider some veneers.
I'll get myself some dentures when the time is right, but I don't want veneers. And also, like, bring back normal teeth.
I feel like we're lucky. Like, I feel like our teeth are good, but not perfect in a way that looks crazy.
I've got like, my feeling about my one tooth that slides behind the other.
Yeah, you're thinking too hard on that. Like, I would have never even guessed that.
I'm always like, this is my black tooth that stands in the shadow.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I would rather have my teeth have some like imperfection and like let that be. I just think it's weird that all of these movie stars are like, yeah, saw down my teeth and give me veneers. I'm like, why would you do that? Just like have your own teeth.
And like, here's the thing. Once you go there, you can't go back.
No, well, we saw that happen with Carl. Remember? He got those like Joe Biden veneers and he had to go in and get them sawed down.
Yeah, I mean, if you get them done wrong, you got to go back and spend a bunch of money again.
Yeah, yeah. And they can look like chiclets.
And they're constantly making advancements. I mean, they used to put mercury in people's teeth.
Well, Sonia Morgan, her tooth was always flying out too, and Roni.
Oh, that was too much. That was too much.
Yeah, I can't be in danger of a front tooth flopping out and just that little nub being
sharp nub.
When I show you the sharp nub that she had out, you're going to die. We'll put it on the YouTube.
Gross.
Okay. And then the last story before we get into Southern Charm and stuff. Did you see Tom Sandoval? I literally have no idea where he was because there was like a PowerPoint behind him and he was wearing an Argyle sweater and like talking to a crowd. So he wasn't doing his normal like musical set, which is where this would normally take place. And for some reason, he was talking about like how in murder documentaries are always like, yeah, and her smile lit up the room. And he's started talking about Katie. And he's like, yeah, well, with Katie Maloney, no one would ever say that. And everybody was kind of like, the crowd was literally like, And then someone posted it and she was like, that's fine. But also she said something to the effect of like, you have all of the characteristics of a serial killer. So this is telling.
I mean, Tom has got to stop. Like, he can't even capitalize on his own success.
I know.
Like, he was a hit on Traitors. People actually liked him on that show.
I know.
He can't get out of his own way. He thinks he's a big fish. He's not.
Yeah. And I think like him with this girlfriend and them fighting all the time. And this girl's like 15. I mean, not really. She's like 20 something.
When Lindsay Hubbard is having to tell you how to operate your relationships, you're in a bad spot.
Yeah. When Lindsay is like mediating your fight at 2 a.m. and everyone's drunk, like you need to let it go.
You got to question your decisions.
Well, and he's like now in his mid 40s, like still drinking and, doing whatever nefarious things he enjoys doing. And it's like, you gotta, at some point, like take care of yourself, take care of that little brain, that little noggin.
Well, he strikes me as coked out. Like even in that video, it's like often people in that state don't remember, like they're all jazzed up, but they don't have any clue what's funny. They don't know how to read the room.
He did seem like he was having a little booger sugar, and
good Lord.
And then I also think that he likes to do a lot of shrooms, and he might shroom out a bit much.
Yeah, I hear that.
But I think that he needs to get a grip and like figure out like what trajectory do you want to be on. I don't think you need to be in front of a small crowd with PowerPoint talking about serial killers. I don't feel like that's the path.
No, I would say he needs to take a little break. He may need to go into the ether for a minute.
If you were his life coach, like what would you tell him that his next step ought to be?
Get a real job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, find somewhere to go from 8 to 5 every day or from 9 to 5 every day. Like, get off. I mean, the thing is, like, he doesn't even do what he should do. Like, there are people who like him. He should get online. He should like have something going on, but he doesn't. Like he bounces from thing to thing and they're completely not related. And I mean, it's just, it's like a crazed
I'd be curious
pace.
What options are like coming through to like his management.
I mean, who's managing Tom Sandoval? That's got to
I'm
be.
Sure, he has like talent management.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, who's doing that? And God bless those people. Let me say a prayer for them tonight before I go to sleep.
Well, there's no way he could hold down a real job. Like the whole thing. Remember when he like went on a podcast he was supposed to do with Schwartz and was like hours late because like he can't be trusted to wake up on time.
The man can't keep a schedule.
Yeah. So maybe that's step one. Let's keep a schedule, if you will. Okay. So let's get into, also, it's so funny to try to talk shit about Katie, who is quite literally living her best life. She unburdened herself from Tom Schwartz and is like enjoying her short king. She is out there in the green room. She's on tour. She looks fantastic. She is making money. She has a successful podcast. And again, Tom is like floundering, which I'm assuming is why he's like trying to come for her neck.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because Schwartz is always so nice about Katie.
Yeah. Well, Tom don't really talk much anymore. So he said at BravoCon.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think it's great.
Oof. Okay, let's get into Southern Charm. This is from last week with Craig's Memorial Day party, where yet again we have an entire episode that inexplicably seems to revolve around the stupid hot tub. Okay, so Austin, I think this is so weird. Austin's not in the entire episode except for like a FaceTime with Benita. Who I'm like, have you ever FaceTime with Benita? And he took his 2 brand new kittens to his girlfriend's house, which I don't know anything about cats. So I asked my brother, I'm like, if you had 2 kittens that you just got to your house, would you travel with them? And he was like, I don't know that I would ever travel with a cat, unless they were used to it. Unless I was going to travel with them a lot. I don't know that I would. I guess the best time to do it is when they're kittens, because
here's the thing. I feel like he was going because if I know Austin, he could not handle the cats. So he's already trying to pawn those cats off on this girlfriend of his. 100%.
Oh, I wonder if he still has them.
I guarantee you that these cats now live with this girlfriend. I guarantee you that this was about pawning these cats off. And I'll also say that I think, and we can talk about this, like a lot of why Craig is not wanting to talk to Vanita is he's trying to push Vanita out of the show. He doesn't want to film with her. He's like chosen to be manipulative against her and to basically get her off the show. And so I think some of this stuff is production and Vanita trying to counteract that by like, okay, well then you're going to have to start communicating with Austin, and Austin and you can develop a relationship.
Oh, that's true.
Like, I think there's some production and some, there's some producing happening there.
Well, Austin still got his kittens, according to Instagram and the internet. I have to say, Craig's assistant, I'm obsessed with him. I found him on TikTok, I think. And he actually doesn't have that many followers. I'm like, he needs to have more. He's very funny. But his face, every time Craig's like, here's what we need to do, he's like, okay, deep breath. And Craig's like, I actually think, he's looking around. He's like, I have the bees and the honey. We have the tomatoes that they can pick. And I actually think that the yard is the host of this party. And his assistant looks like that meme of that woman with like all of the math things around, like,
He's awful.
I was like, sure, okay, your yard can host the party. And he had a lot of like good stuff there, like the ceviche thing. He had a bartender. He did all the stuff, but it felt like a lot of things without a theme.
Well, he's throwing last minute stuff at this guy too, and it's just making him look like a freaking a-hole. And he's like, do I detect some attitude there? And he's like, yeah, it's the day of the party.
Yeah. He's like, I've already done everything you asked me to. It's the day of. And you're like, here are many more things we could do. And then, we have to hear from Sally again about the stupid hot tub. I swear to God, Sally has spent more time in this hot tub than Paige ever did at like 3 years of dating Craig. As we know, Paige gets frequent UTIs. And so I feel very confident that Sally has already done more and spent more time in there than Paige would ever do. And she's probably like thrilled by that.
I mean, this whole thing, like these two women, Charlie and Sally, they're beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. They're good looking women. And the fact that they are like hanging out in this one guy's hot tub.
This 37-year-old man's hot tub, like over and over,
out there
begging
and
for
find
action.
Some other people. I mean, I know maybe he's got a little bit of money or something, but good Lord.
Well, I think it speaks to like how bad the dating pool is generally and specifically in Charleston, because the ratio of women to men is like 10-1 or something crazy.
Oh.
And so that's part of the issue. Sally just gives such desperate vibes. And it sucks because she is truly a beautiful girl. And it just shows like, it does not matter how hot you are. If you give that desperation and that willingness to just always come calling, it is not attractive. And people are not going to take you seriously. But anyway, so Vanita shows up to the party because she's Southern nice. And I know she and Craig are beefing, but I think it's back to your point where she's like, I'm going to come to everything because he will not push me off the show. I also saw, because she was on Not Skinny But Not Fat this week on her pod. And she says that we see more of Craig trying to push her out later in the season, because we saw Sierra talk about that online like not too long ago. And she was like, yeah, I had to be like vigilant about showing up to everything because he was absolutely trying to push me out.
Well, it's not a good look for him for many reasons.
Well, yeah. I mean, he is just such an asshole. And it just comes back. Like, this is the thread from last season to this season. Everyone's afraid of Craig. Like, even when they flash back to Shep and Austin having that conversation where Shep is like profusely apologizing to Austin. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I had a small part in this, but I really did not mean for it to grow into this. But when he gets to the party with Craig and Craig's like, Austin's not coming. And Craig's like, and Shep's like, Shep did not want to be the one to confirm it.
Yeah.
And because everyone just feels that Craig is like unpredictable. His behavior when he is drinking is scary and unpredictable, and people are afraid of him. Someone who is 10 years older than him, Shep, who used to make fun of him and tell him what an idiot he is now legitimately scared of him. I think it's such an interesting thing.
Well, he's the only person in history who's gone to therapy and has become more reactive. And
yeah.
it's like,
has he gone to therapy? Has he?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess at this point, maybe it was just ChatGPT.
Yeah. I fear he has not. He has learned therapy speak, but I do not believe that he has done actual therapy.
Yeah.
That man knows some terms.
I think he eventually goes to therapy because I think he was saying that on Watch What Happens Live or something. But like,
I don't know. He's also a pathological liar. So it's difficult to believe that, but we'll see. I did love learning a little bit more about Molly's backstory about all of her hobbies. She is good at so much.
I mean, I'm a Molly stan. There's no stopping that.
She is an incredible singer. She's a great musician. She was a model. For people who don't know, she was in America's Next Top Model, I think like early aughts. And had they forced her to do one of those things where they give you like a makeover and put these like insane extensions on her hair. It was like a wild thing to watch. But she was pretty iconic. And so she's so real with how she is and honest about the things that she feels, her insecurities, all of that. And I just really genuinely appreciate her, and her little parents are like the cutest people alive. And I like that in her late 30s, she's not Sally over here like, I need a family, I need a husband. She's like, you know what? I'm really leaning into my hobbies. And I'm like, oh my God, me too.
And she's happier than any of these girls.
Yep.
By the look of it, right? Like she's sure of herself and she knows what she's doing, and she's working on herself too. Like she's like, I've always have stage fright and all this stuff, but I'm going to get out there and do what I want to do. Like I think it's very admirable. And the fact is, those quote unquote hotter girls are always trying to drag her down, beat her down.
Oh yeah.
Even Vanita sharing this thing about her vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
Yeah, which we'll get into in a minute. But yeah, no, it's really terrible. And I think the guys like Molly more because she is more interesting. Even if they don't want to date her, people would rather be around her because she is a more interesting person.
That's stupid that they don't want to date her. I mean, she's beautiful too. And
I agree. I think she's too much woman for them. I think they know that they can't get away with their usual bullshit with her. And that's part of the problem. Also, the whole scene of Sally like making some sort of dish and trying to humiliate Charlie, I thought was really interesting.
I mean, this is classic mean girl bullcrap, like trying to be cute about it, but really she's just trying to take down these other girls so that she's the only option.
It's true. And I did think it was funny because Charlie really got her being like, why do you need chickens? There's a Walgreens in front of your house. Which is so true. It's like, okay, Sally, we get it. Craig wanted chickens and Paige said no. And now you're going to get chickens. We know what you're doing.
It's really sad to watch, honestly.
It's honestly pathetic, but that's what she does. Like in her attempt to make Charlie look stupid because she doesn't cook, Charlie's like, you actually seem so sad and I'm so sorry that you feel like you need to get chickens to impress this guy who doesn't like you. Okay, so cut back to the party. Madison is playing like such an interesting role this season because she is sober, so she's not like zinging everybody like usual.
Yeah.
And she's super pregnant, so I feel like people aren't getting mad at her and they're like listening to her in ways where they would have reacted to her in the past. So she comes up to Craig and has like an honest conversation with him. First, she sees the party and she was like, well, a woman's touch has left the building.
Literally, yes.
She's like, obviously, I'm going to be roasting in the sun because there is no umbrella, which would be my first thought. I'd be like, oh my God, I have to throw more sunscreen on myself and pray that I don't burn up over here. But then she goes to him and is like, hey, I saw you like at the bar acting nuts and I'm like genuinely worried about you. And he's honest with her and is like,
yeah, you're not your best self. And like, he's really dealing with, I think we also forget that this is right after the breakup.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a few months. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think like he really is spiraling.
Yeah. And so I think it was good for him to hear it from her. And he actually responded really well and was like, this is not my best self. This is not who I want to be. And I'm curious where he's going to land this season in terms of drinking, because it is bringing out, I think the drinking and being depressed about Paige is bringing out like a very dark side of him that I hope he can continue to listen to her about. And then we get into the vagina monologue where Molly rips Sally a new one. She reads her for filth in front of Venita and Rodrigo. But really, it's Venita's fault.
Yeah.
And
it is.
We find out that Venita has told Sally and given her incorrect information and been kind of alluded to the idea that Molly's had like a sugar daddy, I guess.
And who the hell cares if she has? Like,
Right.
What does that even mean? Like, she had a guy who was paying for stuff for her? Who cares?
I mean, dare to dream. It turns out that wasn't even true. She says, like, listen, I did it myself in 2019. And in her confessional, she was like, listen, I have shared so much of my journey. I was hoping to keep my labia to myself. You know, I wanted to have one thing. And what does Venita do? She goes and tells the mouth of the South, Sally, who cannot keep a secret to save her life. And I will say one of my favorite things about Sally, I think Sally is great for Southern charm. She is great to watch on TV.
Me too. I think that's right.
She is genuinely shaken to her core when someone comes at her. Because when she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And Molly's like, no, you're actually you're a terrible person. And she's like, well, I am in therapy. And she's like, well, then your therapist sucks. It's so funny because Sally is just like, what? And Sally's like, I'm sure you have a really pretty vagina. And Molly's like,
I imagine that Molly can zing the hell out of these girls and they know they're outmatched because I fully expected there to be like a firing back.
No.
She was like, no, okay. Like,
no. Well, I think she was still shocked from when Molly went head to head with her at Whitner's party because she didn't back down. And she was like, no, you're trying to tell everyone that every man in Charleston is your man and like you sound dumb. And then everyone agreed with her.
That's not going to work for me.
Yeah. And I think Sally knows she can't go toe to toe with Molly, like intellectually, or at least not a fight. And Molly's like, hey, you're an asshole. Why are you talking about my vagina to everybody? What an insane thing to do. And Sally's like, who, me? Little old me? What do you even mean? And Molly's like, yeah, you're a fucking terrible person. I think you're awful. I don't know why you feel the need to do this. Do you feel better about yourself? Are you happier now? And Sally's just verklempt sitting there like clutching her pearls, like she doesn't know what hit her. And it's like, girl, what did you think would happen? What did you think would happen? And then Rodrigo rightfully points out, like, Venita, this is your fault.
Gosh, yeah, exactly.
This was a you problem. And I will say Venita apologized in the moment and online and apparently very profusely many times in person. So I will give her that. Then Shep emerges in a Speedo with some sort of like gun holster on each side and a wig. And I was just like, does grandpa need attention?
That's like, really what this is. He has no business being around 20-something-year-old people.
No. It's embarrassing. It reminds me of like on The Office when Michael's talking about something. He's like, yeah, it would just be like if Michael Phelps went up and did a big belly flop. Like that is how it felt. It felt like a big giant Michael Phelps belly flop. for him to wear that Speedo.
And it's people are just looking at him. I mean, they're just like going around the crowd and everybody's like, oh, this is not funny. This is sad.
Yeah. I mean, all that happened was Madison was like, can I get that little netting off your wig? Okay. And then people are just trying to, honestly, it felt like people were just trying to ignore it. Like, okay, well, Ship's in his little Speedo again. So we're just going to let him do that on TV because apparently that's a thing he would like to do.
And he's like, I've got an outfit. And I think like I'll hearken this back to someone who did it a little bit better than Shep. And that's like when Kyle did the whole thing at his 40th birthday where he like rips off his underwear and he's got that little hat and all that. Like that was funny. That's somebody who knows how to read a room. It's also his birthday.
Right. It's an appropriate time.
Shep's just at someone's party and like, I brought an outfit to wear. I'm going to go put it on. You guys are going to love it. And he comes out and he's just wearing a Speedo and he's like, hey.
Why was he wearing like a founding father wig?
He's sick. Well, it was 4th of July, wasn't it?
Yes. It was just like a weird wig.
Or Memorial Day or something.
But like, why did he do that in the gun holsters? There was just a lot happening and I didn't understand it, you know?
Their idea of America is a lot different than mine. They're like, you know, guns, wigs, and Speedos. That's the straight man's.
Okay. Also, I have to say, why is Corey on our screen again?
Corey's fun, Corey. I like Corey.
Oh my God, I don't. No, he was like the ADHD kid who was like tapping on stuff. Like as a child and like running around and making fart noises and stuff. And like he is still that person at 35. I feel confident. Everything about him just reads, remember when he wore that hat that we couldn't even figure out what kind of hat it was?
Oh, yeah. It was like,
I was like, what sort of headdress?
Half Western, half dress.
What am I looking at?
It was a mess.
I mean, he just, again, a cry for attention.
He gives Corey. Nickelback fan.
Oh, he does. Look at this photograph. Yeah. No, that is, he does give Nickelback. Okay. So the party ends with Nickelback, Corey, and Craig and Sally and Charlie sitting in this stupid hot tub again. And obviously, Craig is hoping that Sally will hook up with Corey as she's hooked up with everybody else in their group at this point. And I'm sure Corey is hoping for that as well. But we see Charlie like emerge from the tub to like get something and they all just start ordering her around. Like, get me a towel, get me some beers. And Sally was like, do I need to get up and help her? Like, y'all are telling her to get all of this stuff. And I can't remember exactly what he says. I wish I'd written it down. But Craig says something that, made me want to like hurl the minute I heard it. She was saying something like, why do y'all keep doing this? And he was like, well, she's submissive and does whatever we asked her to do. And I was like, I'm so glad I wasn't there because I would have drowned him in his hot tub and it would have been a hot tub crime scene.
Yeah.
I would have been on the news on 2020. Craig Conover dead in his hot tub. Why? He said submissive.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
He's got to stop. He's red-pilled. He's deep into like the manosphere.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to rescue that man.
Someone needs to pay his hot tub. It's like an unpaid actor in this particular season. And it feels so high school. Like it's so silly goose. Like this man is 37. I'm like, why are we talking so much about a hot tub?
Yeah, like buy your own hot tub.
If someone was like, Rachel, do you want to go into a hot tub? I would be like, no, I don't. I'm not out here begging the universe for a UTI. No, get out of here.
I think it's like, I don't think you ever embraced being like a young, hot co-ed. And it definitely like, it reeks of that. Like, we're hot, we're half naked, but not really naked. We're in this hot tub together. He's
back to his frat days.
Yeah. It's very like, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's going to hit 40 still being that way. And his new hairdo where he has like an Elvis curl hanging down, it's giving a little bit of Grinch hairdo.
Yeah, it's like it's a little too much. It needs to calm down a little.
I'm like, you also, and I will say, Paige said this a while back and it makes me laugh. She was like, the minute I see a man get in a glam chair, I get the ick. And I'm like,
that's good.
oh, he sits in that glam chair, baby.
Oh, he
No.
loves the glam chair.
hates to see him coming.
Literally, it's like
He had a glam team at BravoCon.
It's
Brought
like
them with him.
Lisa Barlow, Craig Conover.
Oh my God, it's so true. It's so true.
They're keeping the glam industry alive and well.
Alive. Yeah, they're keeping people employed. All right, you want to talk about Beverly Hills?
I don't think so.
Hills.
I think it's I think we can just cut it here.
Oh wow. I was excited to talk about this speed dating.
I feel
but
like
you're right, it's long. You cut it off. You turned your mic off.
I feel like we need to have like an episode of Beverly Hills, like lore, to catch our listeners up on the lore of Beverly Hills, and then jump in, because we're about to lose SLC. And so we're going to need some content coming up. So maybe we'll do like a catch-up episode where we kind of like tell the lore of each person and then jump in.
I do hate to inform you that we have been talking about Beverly Hills every week.
Have we?
Yeah.
I mean, we can jump in if you want. We can just delete this.
No, it's fine. I'm hot and we're already an hour in.
Okay, great. So let's just act like we came out of that.
Leave it in.
Okay, great. Fine.
We can just do Beverly Hills next week, actually, because they're not doing anything this week. So when we come back, we can talk about Beverly Hills and we can do some lore stuff for Bev. Because I want to talk more about this new girl, Amanda, Manifesting Amanda. I didn't realize until today that she was on Selling Sunset.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
so we've got... This episode comes out on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to all of you both. And then on Monday of next week, we have a new Snitchuation room coming out.
It's a good one.
All new Snitchuations for you to hear us give our unfiltered advice about.
All right, we love you so much. Please leave us 5-star reviews, obviously, and comments on Spotify, and follow us on YouTube because we're trying to build a following. And we love you so much. Bye.
Bye.